conference will now be recorded.
Hi, Eba, Gayatri, Harshita, Bridla. So, how was your practice? Am I audible?
Yes, so
Okay. So, we have done FTP attacks, and also I gave a small introduction about Metasploit framework. It's a tool, open source tool introduction. I guess it is. I've finished. It seems. So today I'll talk about MSF, Metasploit framework. Okay, so MSF, so it's a short form. So it says this Metasploit framework. So Metasploit framework, it's a open source tool as I told you in the beginning. Okay, and also it's a powerful and open source platform, and this is widely used in ethical hacking and also penetration testing. Why penetration testing? To identify uh, and also exploit vulnerabilities in computer systems. So this is the main reason. MSF is a powerful and also open source platform. This is mainly used in ethical hacking and also penetration testing purpose. And in the penetration testing or in the ethical hacking platform, we identify and also exploits that vulnerabilities in the computer system. The reason is it is to provide security. So why people will exploit the vulnerabilities? Because it is going to provide security professionals with a comprehensive set of tools to conduct security assessment and also test defenses and identify weakness or weaknesses in network environment. Hope you all understood what is Metasploit framework. Okay, and this is how we can use in ethical hacking. As I told you here, one is to penetration testing, and next one is vulnerability assessment, and also exploit testing, and also one more, as I said, security training. Okay, so I'll be classifying them how it is used in ethical hacking. So number one, penetration testing. Number two is vulnerability assessment. Then number three, exploit testing. Number four, security training. So might have a doubts or might have a questions. Sir, penetration testing. Ethical hackers use Metasploit to test the security of the system by attempting to exploit known vulnerabilities. Is called as penetration testing. Got it? So the ethical hackers use MSF Metasploit framework to test the security of the system by attempting to exploit known vulnerabilities. So this is what is called as penetration testing. And we have one more thing. Sir, what is vulnerability assessment? So vulnerability assessment, this is going to helps security professionals determine which vulnerabilities may be present in a system and how they can be exploited. Next we have exploit testing. MSF helps to validate the effectiveness of an exploit against a target system. Next, security system. It is commonly used in cybersecurity. You might have heard about this security, cybersecurity training, and also education to demonstrate real world exploitation and also mitigation strategies. So, in overall summary, Metasploit MSF is an essential tool for ethical hackers and penetration testing because it helps to identify the vulnerabilities, test the security measures, and also ultimately enhance an organization defenses by simulating real world attacks in a controlled and also ethical manner. This is called as a tool MSF Metasploit framework. So to become ethical hacker placement, there will be as I told you, it is one of the tool. Okay, but to become a metasploit, it consists several core component work together, then only it works for, or it helps to security professionals and also ethical hackers to perform penetration testing, exploit development, and also vulnerabilities. So please remember, so Metasploit framework has some several core components. Okay, without the main core components of MSF, so that won't work together. So as I told you, security professionals, ethical hackers to perform penetration testing, exploit development, and also vulnerability assessment. Okay, that we will discuss about what are the components. But right now, MSF consists of several core components that works together to help security professionals and also ethical hackers perform penetration testing, exploit development, and vulnerability assessments. But what are the components? When you know the list of components, then only you can understand which are the components are working together. Okay, so number one in the list, so it is going to be exploits. Then number two, this is going to be a payloads. Okay, so then number three, it is an auxiliary modules. Then number four, encoders. Number five, post exploitation modules. Number six, we have metal, METTL, metal. Okay, then next we have the seventh one, like meter predator. You might have heard about this word. Okay, so it says that meter predator. Okay, then we have listeners, listener. Then ninth one, Metasploit console. This is also called as MSF console. Okay, I'll talk about what is MSF console. So this is one of the area where command line interfaces, just like a console. Okay, it's going to be interact with your Metasploit framework. So this is the area where how you can have a command prompt in your in Windows operating system. Similar kind of things. This is one of the interface which is going to create in command line to interact with your MSF. So that is MSF console. Then next component we have Metasploit Community Pro. So you have to pay for this like GUI. We can name this as additional features, graphical user interface, reporting capabilities, then support for teams, and this is going to provide advanced management and collaboration tools for professional penetration testings like multi-user supports, then advanced reporting, so on and so on. Then next one we have database. Okay, so the data that uses MSF uses database to store the informations about the target, exploits, payload, and also past actions. Okay, managing the data for large penetration testing, so on so on. So storing information about that compromised systems and services or vulnerabilities detections during the penetration testing, this is going to be helping us. Next, the 12th one, we have a framework. Framework API. You might have heard about that framework. Metasploit framework includes API that allows the developers to create custom modules, tools, integrate Metasploit into other security tools. Okay, if you are a developer that's work for creating automated security testing tools integrated with Metasploit into the large security framework, so on so on. So in one line, if I would like to tell, like exploits, as I listed, exploits, payload, exploits, payloads, auxiliaries. So payloads including interpreter, okay. Then auxiliary modules, encoders, post exploitation modules. Then cross-platform payload, if you want, we have a metal, then listener, metasploitable console, MSF console. Okay, then GUI and advanced features if you want, then metasploit community, so on so on. But now when I talk about each one of this area, like exploit, okay, so now what exactly that exploits is. So when you have exploit modules, okay, so several modules which consist one of the core module of the MSF is exploit. Okay, so exploits are the modules that allows the attackers to take the advantages of specific vulnerabilities in the target system. So each exploit is designed to target the particular weakness or flaw, or also called as a bug. Okay, so such as a bug in an operating system or in an application. So in real world, if I would like to introduce, in the last class, I guess it is explained, outdated versions of softwares like a web server or any Windows 7 operating system, anything if you take in the vulnerability assessment, I guess it is I've explained about this. So exploiting an outdated versions of the softwares like web server or an operating system with known vulnerabilities. So that is a beautiful example for the exploits. Means it is a one of the module and allows the attackers to take the advantages of the vulnerabilities or the weakness, just like a bug in an operating system and also applications. And next we have a payload. So payload, again, it's a code, a small piece of code that is going to be executed after successful exploit. Okay, and they can enable the attackers to interact with the compromised systems or performs various actions like creating a backdoor or gathering sensitive information, so on so on. But inside this payloads we have so many types. Okay, so which is called as staged payload, then non-staged payloads, then interpreter. Okay, so might have a question, sir, what is the differences between staged payload and non-staged payload? So staged payload, so exploit sends a small piece of code, it's called as stager, so that retrieves the full payload. That retrieves the full payload is called as staged payload. Non-staged payload, so they have a full payload, is delivered in a single step is called as non-staged payload. So hope you understood this. So staged payloads is going to send a small piece of code that retrieves that the full payload, but non-stage payload, the full payload is delivered in a single step is called as non-stage staged payload. And next we have, as I said, meterpreter. Meterpreter is also one of the payload here. Okay, so I'll be taking meterpreter. So what it is, it's a powerful in-memory payload that provides extensive control over the compromised system. So you have to understand what are the what exactly it works, each component of this MSF exploits payload. And next we have auxiliary module. So this auxiliary tasks that don't necessarily involves exploiting vulnerabilities. So these modules never performs auxiliary tasks. So that do not necessarily involves exploitable vulnerabilities. They are used for interactive like scanning, fuzzing, brute force attack. Okay, so make ensure this is they are used in activities like scanning, fuzzing, and also brute force attack. In the last class, I told you like how to guess the password, how to attack in the FTP, so on so on. Okay, so brute force attacks, testing your password length against that services, FTP, SSH, so on so on. And one more, as I said, scanner modules. So here I can take the examples here, scanner modules. So this is going to be for identifying the services. Okay, we were using nmap, identifying services, open ports, and also known vulnerabilities. Next we have brute force modules. So for testing password strength against services like FTP. Next you have DOS module. Like DOS is nothing but denial of services. So this module is for testing if a system can overwhelmed by traffic. So next we have one more called as encoders. So encoders, which is mainly used for modify the payloads. Okay, we have, as I said here, payloads, staged payload, non-staged payload. Okay, so modify the payload, we are using encoders. Encoders modifies payloads bypass security control like intrusion detection prevention system. Okay, by antivirus. For example, I have some virus, some programs, okay, virus programs. But if there is an antivirus or IDS or IPS, IDS stands for intrusion detection system, IPS stands for intrusions prevention systems. Okay, and also antivirus systems. So these two, which is going to block our virus programs. So then how do I modify the payload? So it's saying that to be, it is going to be a original software or original tool. Okay, so it's not a vulnerable code. So I wanted to prevent by the antivirus or intrusion detection system, so then I have to modify my payload. So in that case, encoders is going to help us. Encoders mainly used to modify the payloads bypass the security controls, such as like antivirus, then IDS and IPS. And also this going to help to make the payload less detectable from the antivirus. Okay, example like encoding a payload to the uh, by adding the signature to avoid the detection by the antivirus software. This called as payload. Hope you understood this. Encoders modify payloads to bypass security controls like IDS, IPS, and antivirus system. They help make the payload less detectable. Next, we have a post exploitation module. This is going to allows that attackers to perform additional actions once they have gained access to the system. These modules allow attackers to perform additional actions once they have gained access to a system. They provide tools for maintaining access and also escalating privileges and also gathering further information about the target. So I can get some examples like key logging. So key logging like logging keystrokes on the compromised systems. Okay, then file system manipulations, copying the files, deleting the files, and also uploading the files. Okay, and also we have privilege escalations. So elevating privileges to gain administrative access. This is all about works on post exploitations modules. So next we have metal. So this is, as I said, it's a cross platform payload. What it is, so cross platform payload, and also designed to be both an exploit and a post exploitations tool, enabling further interactions with compromised systems. And it's also it's a stable communication channel for further exploitations and also post exploitation tasks. And next we have meterpreter. So here the meterpreter, it's an advanced in-memory payload, as I told you in the beginning. It's an advanced in-memory payload that provides command line control for the compromised systems. It is considered one of the most powerful features of Metasploit. And the features of the meterpreter is: number one, file manipulations. Next, privilege escalations. Then screenshot capturing. Then webcam control, so on so on. Then next we have a listener. Now the listeners is a component that waits for incoming connections from compromised systems. Please remember here. So the listener is a component that waits for incoming connections from compromised systems, and this is used in reverse shell, means backdoor. Okay, reverse shells, and also bind shell attacks where the target system connects back to the attackers. Okay, so this is what listener. So one beautiful example like reverse shell payload that connects back to the attacker's machine and also provide a command line interface. This is what listener. Okay, and do you want example? I'll give example here. A reverse shell payload that connects back to the attacker's machine and provide a command line interface. So now next we have MSF. MSF console. It is a command line interface for interacting with the Metasploit framework. As I told you, it is to access Metasploit framework, and it allows the users to all the functionalities of Metasploit. Okay, please remember MSF console. It's a command line interface for interacting with your MSF and allows the users to access all functionality of the Metasploit. Okay, like choosing the exploits, payload, auxiliary models, and performing the task, and also scanning exploitations and post exploitation, so on so on. So imagine this going to be an important now. Okay, so this is the CLI for interacting for interacting with the MSF. It allows users to access the functionality of Metasploit, including choosing exploits, payloads, and auxiliary modules, and performing tasks such as scanning, exploitation, and post exploitations, etc. Means the users can run the commands to select and also configure the modules, execute the exploits, and also managing the sessions. This is the best functionality here. And next, as I said, it's a pro or community. Then, as I said, why do we use this? This is additional features. Okay, so these are versions of the MSF with additional features such as GUI, graphical user interface. Why do we use this? Reporting capabilities and also support for teams. That's all. Next, we have databases. As I told you, this is going to be MSF use database. Why they use to store information about targets, exploits, payloads, and also past actions. In that case, database is also required, and we can understand that it helps in managing data for large penetration testing. Okay, we will conduct only one practical on this, then you can understand. Next, we have framework. So framework API, which is also includes, it includes an API that allows developers, please remember here, developers to create custom modules, custom modules and tools, or integrate security tools, integrate Metasploit into other security tools. So this makes highly customizable. Okay, example is writing custom exploits, then creating automated security testing tools, or uh, what I can say, integrating Metasploit into a larger security framework. This is all about MSF. So please check what doubts you have in this. So you ask me if you have any doubts. Check your WhatsApp. I've already shared the same notes in the WhatsApp group. So now what I would like to take is open your Kali and open command line. So inside the command line, there is an option. First, how do you open MSF console? As I told you in the beginning, what you have to do is okay. So I want to have MSF console to work in the Metasploit framework. Okay, then what you the command must be entered MSF console. So and press enter key, which will load MSF console. Look at this. You can see how it's going to be loading now. This is one of the component, and as I told you, what are the components? Number one, exploits, auxiliaries, then post exploitations, then payloads, then encoders. Got it right? So whatever I've explained over there, everything's are loaded in this area. Okay, please remember how to get into this MSF console tool or framework. Okay, so now I would request you to everyone you to perform the same thing. So first, uh, connect your Kali Linux machine, open, and you type MSF console and press enter key. And are you getting the same number of exploits, auxiliaries, then post exploits, payloads, encoders, knobs, evasions? Okay, so you check, are you matching with the same number or different number, or is that same versions of Metasploit framework or not? Is it clear? So I will give you 5 minutes of time, just you enter and open and check MSF console framework is able to access or not, and take the screenshot and share me that in WhatsApp. Gayatri, Kavya, Mridula, Richla, Dhriti, Harshita, Hiba.
Yes, sir.
Is it working? Good. So please check others also getting the same screen or different screen. So now I would like to test from one network to another network, and also port numbers and which services are running. Okay, so whatever I have done in the nmap, the same thing I wanted to run. So now which component are you suggesting me? Which component area is going to work in this? If I want to scan port numbers, services, now which module or which component area is working in this MSF? What would be the answer? So send me that in WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, I mean the chat box area. I listed all the modules or component of Metasploit. My question is, in which module or which component is going to work for scanning the ports, IP address, so on and so on. Okay, I did not get the answer. I'll go for the practical thing.
Excuse me, sir.
Ama, tell me.
Sir, when I type that MSF console, I'm not getting as you got it, sir.
Share me the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so MSF console is working now. Just scroll down the page. Look at this. The banner is different, but the answer is same. Do you see
Okay,
this?
sir.
Got it? So first you type ping hyphen c space 2. What is a pass? Sorry, ping. Sorry, the thing is IP address of this machine. IP address is if config 192.168.0.51. So here you write space 2 192.168.0.51. Press enter key. So I got that reply from the machine. So two packet is received and two packet is transmitted. Then next again start nmap. So here small letter s, capital letter S, and use IP address 192.168.0.51 and press enter key. And so sorry, sudo, then you have small letter s, capital letter S, 192.168.0.51 curly sudo nmap small letter s, capital letter S, 192.168.0.51. So these are the list of port numbers. You can see the list here, and I can target which one shall I take. So 6667 IRC. So I'm trying to take this 6667. Okay, I want to have some more informations about the 6667. So use sudo nmap space hyphen small letter s, capital letter S, small letter s, capital letter V, port number 6667 space 192.168.0.51 and press enter key, and which will show you what is the service information it is. Okay, so port is open, then service is IRC, then version is Unreal IRCD. Okay, and service information host IRC dot metasploitable dot LAN, So service detected to perform that report. Okay, so on so on. In service information I got it. Now again to check operating system, type sudo space nmap space -o -o 192.168.0.51. Operating systems details I got it. Okay, and next if I want to run the script here, okay, what is vulnerable here? I'm going to take sudo space nmap space -s capital letter S -s capital letter V, then -p 6667, then -script vuln vulnerable 192.168.0.51. Press enter key. So which is vulnerable, that details will be displayed in the area. So it's going to take some time. So look at this. This is a script, vulnerable script. You can see what is this backdoor IRC Unreal IRCD backdoor. So it's look like a Trojan versions of Unreal IRCD. So okay, furthermore, if you want some more information, and you can go and check, you will get the information. So now the script vulnerable, it's running on this port number 6667. Okay, and this is all about before uh, launching system attacks, we have to check what exactly it is. The backdoor is nothing but, as I told you, so whenever systems gets connected, then automatically you can get the informations, and also the same thing again you can maintain the accession. So this is what one of the advantages of the backdoor. Also, you can take advantages of the reverse shell also. Okay, and now whatever commands you have used in the Metasploit, everything it is to be in the same Metasploit framework within the same screen only. That is your console port. Sorry, console area. Okay, so why it is working? Because it's a open source tool, and which has its own component like MSF console. Using this MSF console, you are accessing all area of Metasploit framework. Okay, you can run, you can encode, you can create malware. If you are a developer, you can build your own tool, so on so on. So this is the main advantage here. Got it. So now you might be asking, sir, how can I understand I'm inside the Metasploit framework? See the prompt here, what prompt you have. Okay, so to come out from this, type exit. So I will send you some points. So you also check how to open MSF tool. So according to the example, whatever I've shown you now, the same thing I'm sending you in the WhatsApp. So now everyone try to open and check the commands is working or not in the MS console area. Then we will target 6667 code and will work on it. In the next class, I will show you how you can access. Check everyone, are you getting the same?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, Gayatri is not able to connect again, so there's some error in her system.
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
But let her report me in the WhatsApp whenever she get connect that internet.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you have only 5 days classes. In that 5 days classes, one class is for exam, another 4 days classes for regular ethical hacking classes will be conducting. But in the last class of the ethical hacking program, you have exams. So please prepare for that exams also. Almost to 28th, most of the topics will get over. On 21st, if you are interested, then we will give exams. We will speak with our management, or else next Monday 23rd, if you have college, then you'll be having exam. So 17, 18, 19, 20. So practice once again. Update me in the WhatsApp. Share me the screenshot. Are you getting the same screen or not? If not, so I will help you. What command you have to enter? Already I've shared that. One more time, if you missed anything, spelling mistake or something, then I will guide you. So please share me that. Then we'll in the next class we will conduct one practical how we can make use of IR 6667 port and make use of the backdoor trojans. Okay, so we'll talk about in the next class practical. Okay, so see you all.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how will the exam be set?
MCQs.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
See you all.